Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. It's late August and I'm doing the last hedging in the vineyard. And what I'm doing is hedging all of the east sides first, because when the sun gets over that way, it's supposed to clear up a little bit. And if I have all the east sides done, I can get in and do the west sides without having sun in my eyes. A little bit of thinking ahead there. This last hedging of the year is a little bit more targeted than the early hedgings. Hi, kitty. Can I do this first? I promise I'll pet you in just a bit. Like I said, it's a bit more targeted than the early hedgings. What I need to do is remove any disease like this right here and this right here, but also make sure that everything on the top is hedged so that it can't grow up into the nets. The very next thing I'm going to be doing, oh kitty, can you please let me do this? The very next thing that I'm going to be doing is putting the nets on, so this is the last hedging. There will be no more after this. I know, kitty. I got birds yelling at me and a cat that really wants me to pet her. All right, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing as I go. That'll explain it a little better. The cat jumped up on the wheelbarrow and jumped up onto my shoulders. Give me just a little bit of time, kitty. Man, this is really hard to record with this cat bothering me and these wood wrens. The wood wrens, for some reason, at this time of the year, the wood wrens, instead of nesting in like a cavity like they normally do, they try to nest in the tops of the vines. Looks like there's one. I saw that a second, right here. They're starting a nest right here. There was another nest earlier. I took it out and threw it on the ground. Nothing's going to have eggs in it right now, and they can't be in here. I'm putting nets on this tomorrow, so any nests that I find are going to get yanked out. I'll look in them to make sure there's no babies in first, but I don't think I'll find any babies this time of the year. Okay, we'll see if this cat will give me some time, and I'll get this row hedged. All right, the object of this very last prune is to try to get rid of any disease that's left over and anything that's hanging into the aisle that's going to poke into the nets. But wherever possible, save as many leaves as possible. Like on this one right here. We have to go back to there. Not a real good example, but some of these will have disease that only goes back 3 or 4 leaves, and you only cut it back as much as you need to. You want to try to save as many leaves as you can to ripen up the grapes, but you want to get rid of all of the stuff that's going to poke through the net and all of the stuff that has disease on it. Some years there's basically no disease at all in the vineyard, and some years there's a good amount like there is this year. All right, this one, no disease on the last leaves, but we got disease here and here. So I'll cut it back to there, and we have a nice leaf right there that will help ripen up some grapes. These tiny little shoots, just take them completely off. And this upper stuff, this is the biggest problem for the nets. We need to take all of this stuff off. Anything that's growing upwards, we want removed. So, good leaf, and then they start getting bad out here. Cut that off. This one will have to go all the way back. And this one comes from way around there, so we'll just get rid of the whole thing. And we'll take off single bad leaves if they got a good amount of disease on it. Like this will grow up inside the net, so I'm going to leave that one alone. But this one will end up growing down and go onto the ground, and we don't want any of that. Alright, we got 2 good leaves right there. Hopefully you're seeing this. I don't aim the camera all that well when it's on my head. A lot of this stuff is on little shoots, and you can just take the shoot off. This has a tiny little bit of yellow on the leaf. I'll just take that whole thing off. And then go through, take off all the stuff that's going straight up. At this time of year, the shoot growth slows down dramatically. Basically, after every hedging, the shoot growth is a bit less the next time. And after this one, it's not going to grow all that much anymore. So once the nets are on, hopefully this stuff won't do too much damage to the nets, because the nets are very expensive. And like everything else these days, they've gone up dramatically this year. This is also something you want to get rid of. Any little baby fruit like that. There's no way that's going to ripen by the end of the year, and all it's going to do is take resources from the rest of the vine. I'm on the west side of the vines right now, and there's almost nothing to hedge. Here and there, got a neighbor shooting over there. Not sure if you could hear that or not. I just started this a couple minutes ago, and I'm already a quarter of the way down the row. That's good. Hopefully this goes real fast. There's more here. Yeah, once you expose the grapes like this, the birds are going to want to get at them right away. So the quicker the nets go on, the better. And with any luck, the nets are either going to go on tomorrow or the day after. Well, they're absolutely going to go on by the day after, but with any luck, they'll go on tomorrow. And again, I'm trying not to leave anything that's too pokey, like these ends right here. I don't want them sticking like straight out into the aisle where they're going to rip the nets or get caught on them. And I'm trying to make it clear by the bottom for airflow, and so that I can get in here with some glyphosate shortly for the last spray of that. Yeah, there's a lot more here. And I'm trying to leave as many leaves as humanly possible that don't have disease on them. So like this one, follow it back. That's the first good leaf, so I'll cut it off right there. This one has mostly good leaves, but gotta hedge it anyways. Got a lot of bug pressure. Gonna have to spray for that. Hopefully I can get through here really quick and get that spray in tonight. Japanese beetle, but the bug pressure right now is from hornets, which means that the berries are getting a little sweeter. I almost forgot to mention that almost all of the disease that's in the vineyard this year, this stuff right here, that's downy mildew. And downy mildew is not going to affect the grapes themselves beyond when the grapes are really small. They won't affect the grapes at this stage at all, but they will weaken the vine and they will leave disease for next year. So whenever possible, you want to get rid of any disease you find in the vineyard. Just cut it out. Downy mildew. Okay, that's all the stuff that I pruned out of here today. I am all done. It was taking, a light wheelbarrow full for both sides of one row, which is less than half of the first hedging. You could see the hedging is pretty nice and tight and really tight along the top. Tomorrow I got to come through here and put the caps on the T-posts. Let me find one here. Right here. I'm going to put mushroom caps on the T-post so they don't poke through the net. Then I'm going to go through here and spray the rows one last time. And I'm not sure. I think I got other stuff to do, but it's escaping me at the moment. But the hedging is done. Last hedging of the year. Let's show you all the rows here. Looking very beautiful. I tried a couple of the grapes and they're getting sweet, so the birds are going to want to eat them now. So it is time to put them nets on. I have a brand new net and it came in a big bag. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go on. I believe I'm going to have to park the gator with that big bag in the back of it and like tie the bag down and then pull the net as long as a row, cut it off, and then flip it over the top. I'm hoping that's not too hard, and I'll be doing that in either a day or 2 days, so watch out for that video. Beautiful grapes. Some of them have bird pecks in it, but most of them are just fine. Time to get them nets on. So if you want to see me putting the nets on, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.